I got a really interesting DM the other day. The artist asked me, Uli, when I use cysteamine-based systems, some of my clients got redness or irritation on their eyelids. I know cysteamine is supposed to be gentler on the lashes, but I don't like seeing that reaction on the skin. It makes me want to go back to TGA. Well, let me sit down to answer this. That made me thinking that this is such a great example why understanding the chemistry matters. Because I know exactly why this is happening. And most importantly, I know how to prevent it when you're using cysteamine-based system. What most artists know that cysteamine is generally gentler on the lashes, right? But what many don't realize is that these ingredients, TGA and cysteamine, don't just differ in strength. They work differently. And those differences affect much more than just the final lift. And one of the interesting things about cysteamine is that during the chemical process, it leaves behind the byproduct, like a residue that clings onto lash fiber and onto the skin, just like a gum, that TGA doesn't do. And that's exactly why when you start working with a new ingredient, with a new brand, with a new product, you need to understand it beyond this one is gentler than another. Because that's not enough information to get the best results for your clients. And that's what we all want to have for them, right? And it's definitely not enough information to troubleshoot problems when they happen. And this is exactly why I love nerding out over the lash lift chemistry. And once you understand what is actually happening inside, you stop listening to the marketing claims that the brands are pushing onto you. You stop blaming the wrong things. And you start making the decisions based on the knowledge instead of, again, brand's agenda. There are so many differences between TGA and cysteamine that most artists have never been taught or even heard about. And more importantly, understanding those differences can completely change the way you approach your day-to-day lash lift protocol. That's exactly why I'm going to be covering in my free training on July 19th. Mwah.